Thank you for staying with us. Lagos, Nigeria's bustling economic hub, generates thousands of tons of waste daily. Managing this volume requires more than infrastructure. It demands a shift in public behavior and a strong culture of environmental responsibility. Recognizing this, the Lagos State Waste Management Authority, LOMA, has led efforts to instill a sustainable waste management culture statewide. Creating a cleaner Lagos is a shared responsibility. By supporting LOMA's initiatives and adopting waste-conscious habits, residents can contribute to a healthier environment and more livable city. Well, joining us in the studio is Managing Director, Lagos State Waste Management Authority, Dr. Muyiwa Badigeshi. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you join us.
Good morning.
Great. Now, creating a cleaner Lagos is a shared responsibility, of course, but the state government takes the lead. And so talk to us about how it has been trying to achieve a cleaner Lagos, the challenges, and of course, every other thing around it.
Well, thank you for having me this morning. It's a pleasure and a great opportunity to have this conversation with Lagosians. Waste management in Lagos has been a recurring issue for decades now. This is the fastest growing megacity in the world. Our population is currently about 25 million and growing daily. So the issue of waste management by necessity must be a collective exercise. All of us must be involved in safely managing our waste so that we don't end up drowning under mountains of waste. And that is why years ago, about 20 years ago, during the time of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the state established the current waste management system that we have, which involves collection of waste from your household or your business by the PSP waste collection companies. We call them PSP operators. So wherever you live in Lagos, by law, you are expected to register with your assigned PSP operator. In addition, by law, you're expected to have a receptacle, a bin for waste in your house so that you have somewhere to contain that waste until the PSP operator comes. And of course, if you register with the PSP operator, you're expected to pay your bills monthly. This is the civic responsibility, the basic expectation for anyone who is living in Lagos, who is a responsible citizen. If we all observe these practices, we would not have waste management issues. However, and I'm glad you mentioned human behavior, we know that we're all Nigerians, and we know that majority of us, I would say majority of us, are responsible and good citizens, but there are quite a lot of people who are unruly and who refuse to observe basic human decency, which says that you should not litter your environment. I remember growing up, and I didn't grow up in Lagos. Every morning when you wake up, the first thing you do is sweep your environment. Whether it's your shop or it's your house, you get up and we all would together sweep our environment. When we go to school, we make sure we have a clean environment. I happen to be health prefect in my secondary school, and it was a requirement for us to clean up the environment, pick up litters.
So has that behavior made it quite challenging for?
It's challenging, and I'll tell you from what I observe, it's partly due to the constant influx of new residents into Lagos who do not actually understand what they're supposed to do. So you have every day thousands of new people coming in. So no matter how much you preach and how much advocacy you do, you're going to have people roaming around who don't have a clue where they are. They don't know that they're in a mega city. And many of these people are the ones responsible for littering and dumping waste illegally. And you'll see that over the last few months, we've ramped up our enforcement activities. Because it's not enough for you to tell people to do the right thing. If they don't do the right thing, you must enforce the law. Otherwise, if you don't enforce the law, then what are we talking about? We're living in a jungle. And so we've been conducting a lot of arrests. We have an environmental tribunal at Oshodi, where we take these offenders and they're sentenced from ranging from community service to prison sentences.
You see, I really don't envy you. You know why? You are responsible for one of the biggest and hardest jobs in Lagos. Keeping Lagos clean is no joke. Yes. First, I want to know how good your collaboration is with the Ministry of the Environment, first things first, because you guys just have to work like hand in glove. Number two, how well have you educated Lagosians on how to keep their environment clean and what happens when you don't keep your environment clean, on what you stand to lose if you don't? Because I would have wanted us to have like a humongous signboard at the gates of Lagos, so to say, welcome to Lagos. Your responsibility is to keep it clean. Those kind of stuff. Has it been done?
Yes, your first question, we have a very good collaboration with the Ministry of Environment. That's our parent ministry. And together with the ministry team, there are a number of agencies involved. It's not just, keeping the environment clean is not only the job of LOMA. You also have, for liquid waste, you have the Lagos State Wastewater Management Office. You have the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, which deals with things like the air quality and also noise pollution. We also have Lagos State Parks and Gardens Agency. And there's so many of these agencies, and we work together. We actually go out together weekdays, weekends, and we inspect areas where we have issues. Now, I should emphasize that Lagos is clean, largely clean. It's just that in some areas we have challenges. And what we have established with the Ministry of Environment and Water Resources under the current Commissioner, Tokunbo Wahab, is a zero tolerance policy. We want Lagos to be spotless. So even if there's a speck of litter on the setback or in the road, we don't want to see that. And that's why we don't rest. We constantly go out and find solutions to problems. With respect to the advocacy, that is an ongoing thing. I mentioned earlier that we have constant influx of people. We have people across different age categories. So what we've done at LOMA, Mr. Governor directed establishment of LOMA Academy 2 or 3 years ago, about 3 years ago. And that is adopting a strategy of catching them young. With that LOMA Academy, we go to primary schools and secondary schools. And we also have internship programs for undergraduate and graduate students. They come in for 1-month internship programs. And these young people actually go out and carry the message to the community. We also have an annual summer school for children who come. We're about to start that in August. We also have advocacy teams. We have advocacy teams that fan out into the community on a daily basis. And they go to markets, they go to the community, to the CDAs and CDCs, and engage them on waste management issues with a focus on those areas where there may be challenges. So it's not just to tell people, oh, clean your environment or do this or do that. They may have challenges. For example, in some places they may not have waste bins. So we look for ways to provide those waste bins. As you may be interested to know that the state has introduced smart bins, which are available for sale online now, lomasmartbins.com.
How affordable is it?
It's quite affordable, and it comes with a payment plan. So even if you think it's...
Give us a figure.
They're going for 100,000, but you can pay over 2 years.
Is that affordable?
It is affordable.
You pay over 2
for
years.
something that you're going to use for
over
25 years. It has a 25-year lifespan.
So let me come to you here. You know, we know that Lagos generates over 13,000 tons of dirt on a daily basis. And you know, you said Lagos is largely clean. You know, some people will beg to differ because when we say Lagos, we mean the whole of Lagos. We don't just mean some places. I'll take you to an area called Amor-Odofin. I went to that area and I tell you that people litter the road. The road that the cars are passing, that's where they throw dirty. So first of all, I'm a bit worried that we are even selling these bins first of all. And secondly, I want to speak about the fact that do we do a lot in telling people not to do this? Why is there no measures given to them? I'll take you to other African countries. I'll take you to Ghana, where the fine, people, some Ghanaians, you will be locked if you throw things on the floor. You will be locked like for a couple of minutes or a couple of days if you throw things on the floor. Why are we not implementing that in Lagos? And when we say Lagos is clean, why are we just thinking on some particular areas? Why are we not going to the grassroots to see how those places are dirty? Oshodi, Amu-Odofi, I'm really talking about this place because it is stinkingly dirty.
You will notice I said we have been arresting and jailing people. Just yesterday, another 6 people were sentenced to 3 months in prison. With respect to Amu-Odofi, you're probably referring to Iyanaba. Yes. We recently sealed the market there, Afolabi market, and a number of other markets in that area. We shut down the market because of some of their poor waste management practices. On that road, there are people living on that road.
And living with the debt, actually.
They're living on the road, they're trading on the road. In fact, we discovered at one section that they had sunk boreholes on that road. We went there with a few weeks ago. We went there, we arrested about 40 people who we took, and we ensured that we followed the law in terms of, putting them on trial and sentencing them. We work with that market as well. There's a major market along that road. And we've instituted regular patrols which go through that section. But like I told you, one of the issues around that area is overpopulation. It's just too many people, and I was alarmed to discover that they had constructed shanties on the median. They had constructed shanties living on the median. One of them had a freezer where he had pure water, so he was keeping his pure water there.
Been there a couple of times.
He had a generator. So it is something that we believe, because the infrastructure is being developed along that stretch. So what we've done is that we continue to clean as much as possible. We do as much enforcement as possible. But as the infrastructure is developing, the Lagos-Badagry Expressway and the Blue Line is continuing, it's going to push out most of these squatters. And the markets are also being redeveloped. So those are areas of the state that are growing. And so we are moving in as the infrastructure is growing. We're also developing new waste management infrastructure. The same along the Lekki Expressway. So I would say that Lagos is growing. But as Lagos is growing, we're also expanding the waste management infrastructure. I want to talk about, quickly talk about what that means.
Quickly, because of our time, and I have, if you are asking me a question.
Yes, what that means is that we have to, for example, we have 2 major landfills within the city. The one at Olusosun, Jota, and the one at Igondo. Those will be shut down in the next 18 months. And
Why?
The state government, because they're full. We're talking about 13,000 tons of waste. Where do you put it?
But so, that could have been perhaps, there are those who have said we could also generate electricity from these areas. What are we doing regarding that? That's one question. Let me quickly add this question because I'm looking at our time. A viewer is saying, what about areas where Loma wouldn't come, where people still pay bills, but these persons who are supposed to pack, the waste, PSPs and whichever way are not coming to pack the dirt and do the needful, and so that place is littered. That's on the one hand. And then they want you to also address the issue of sealing of buildings that have defaulted on payments.
Okay.
How affordable is the payment as well? So perhaps that is also another challenge.
Well, the payment is actually many of them are, the PSP operators are challenged now because the rates that, the current rates are not enough for them to even break even. So the government subsidizes them. We're actually subsidizing many of them in low income areas. Where if you have a challenge with your PSP operator, you can reach out to us on our toll-free line and we'll intervene and within 24 hours or so.
What's the number for those who are
070 80 60 10 20.
80 60 10 20.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can reach out to us. You can also reach out to us on our social media handles. That's Loma_gov on any platform, or by email at info@loma.gov.ng. We have a customer service unit. I also respond on my social media channels. With respect to people who have defaulted, it's also a matter of enforcement. You have to pay those bills. You don't have a choice if you live in Lagos. And so we have a enforcement mechanism that if there are defaulters, we give you time, but over a period of time, if you still refuse to pay, that's when...
What's the length of time that is given?
We actually were quite lenient. If someone's house is sealed, 3 months, 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
But quickly, because of the Olushosun that you mentioned,
yes.
What's going to happen in 18 months if it is short? The matter of turning waste to electricity, why are we not looking at that option?
Yes, so very good question. There's so much waste, but it's not actually waste. Most of the things that you're throwing away have value.
Right.
And that's why you find a lot of people collecting PET bottles.
Yeah.
Even the organic waste, 50% of our waste is organic waste, food waste, all these things that we throw away. Next month, we're launching a mini biogas plant at Ikosi Fruit Market that will generate electricity for the people in the market and also generate cooking gas for them as well.
Okay.
And it's going to consume 500 kilograms of organic waste, of the fruit waste, cucumber and pineapple every day. And this we're going to replicate at other markets. So that will be a better option to consume 50% of our waste. In addition, in the next 3 to 5 years, we'll have a biogas plant that will generate biogas. We have this national presidential CNG initiative. So between Lamata and Loma, we're converting our trucks to use.
So what happens to the waste at Olushosun? There are
waste
those who want to understand what will happen.
So we're shutting down Olushosun and building transfer loading stations. So the trucks will not be dumping onto the dump site. They'll dump into the transfer loading station. And that waste will now be taken to new material recovery facilities, which are being constructed.
Yeah.
So incinerators and all that.
So there will be, the incinerators will not be at the site of the material recovery facility. There will be two, one in Ikorodu, one in Badagry. And I'd love to come back and talk more about this because I know we're running out of time.
Okay.
And then we'll have a waste, the power plant will be in Ekwe. We used to have a dump site in Ekwe, which was closed last year. We're going to build a power plant in partnership with a Dutch company called Harvest Waste, which will also consume about 2,500 tons daily. Ekwe, Ibejuleke are also fast-growing areas. So for those areas, we don't want a situation where we have to have another dump site. Rather, we'll have a waste-to-energy plant that will generate power for the deep sea port, the Dangote refinery, estates like Alara City, and the new airport that the state is building in Ekwe. The same thing in Badagry. We want to have a power plant in Badagry. I mentioned that development is moving in that direction.
Right.
So we're planning ahead that those areas will have modern, sustainable waste disposal options. So in Badagry, you'll have a material recovery facility and a power plant. In Ekwe, you'll have a material recovery facility and a power plant. In Ikorodu, you'll have a material recovery facility. And probably the biogas plant, maybe, we're not sure where that's going to be, maybe in Ikorodu or in
but quickly, from what you're saying, there's a question that came in. Somebody is saying that 100K is still expensive for those bins. Why can't it go lesser? And is it even possible for those bins to be given for free?
Have you seen the bins in the market?
But 100K as well?
So what we're doing, and it's a good question. A lot of people are buying it for 100K. If you go into the market now, you'll find bins for over 100K.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is that we're introducing a new form of billing that will enable you to take that bin and then we'll spread the payment over time. So you see the bill, and you see maybe every month.
So what if I default? Would you take back your bin?
No, we won't. You have to. You can't default.
You can't default.
And you don't think the prices can come down a bit?
If you don't want us to seal your house,
because of a bin?
Oh yes, that's
no, we won't take the bin back.
You don't think the prices can go down a bit?
At the end of the day,
it's already I think that if you're talking about 100,000 naira bin, and they're very, they're smart bins. They're not just the usual plastic bin. They have RFID chips. And
they
really
convert
nice.
your waste to something tangible.
No,
what happens?
What I am hoping,
if you have 2 years, 3 years to pay, it's affordable.
Yeah. So what I'm hoping is that
selling my house because I defaulted. Extreme.
Yes, it's extreme. Well, what I'm hoping is that you find time to come back because there are obviously
there's a lot
lots
to
and
talk
lots of
about,
questions
actually.
to ask.
A whole lot to talk about.
MD Lagos State Waste Management Authority, Dr. Muyiwa Gbade-Geshin, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Please review that.
And please let it go lower a bit.
For defaulting. I'm not paying for the bean. Well, after the break, we will discuss the